All right, welcome back. Episode 18 now. We're making good progress. This is
Boom.
impressive.
Loving the progress.
Oh yeah. So today, we'll get straight into it. What we're going to talk about is how we guarantee the growing agencies to 100,000 a month in profit, how that actually works. Um, and just in a little more detail, the things that we're going to cover, why most online programs don't work, the secret about most gurus that you watch and their real business experience or lack thereof, why the idea of a 4 hour work week is kind of a scam, how most programs are actually structured. So if you're looking at buying one in general, just how they actually work, what you should expect, what makes you actually successful in the world of agencies or on like these online service businesses, how we've structured OB, how we work, and if you're applying, how to increase the likelihood of being accepted. So this is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to jumping into this because we
Let's
haven't
jump
really
in.
spoken about this or shared it. And the 11 people now I think that we have in OB are the only people that actually know how it works. Um, do you wanna kick it off?
Sure. So why most online programs don't work at the moment? My personal view on it. A lot of people with the online business, I guess, coaching model. A lot of them aren't number one actually experienced in the business model that they're actually teaching. So they haven't
Hmm.
actually built it successfully themselves, which I think is one trait that's pretty crucial to teach other people how to run that business. Number two, a lot of it is designed to be automated and to not grow with time. So what I
Okay.
mean by that is, they film courses, let's say in 2023, and all the video material of what worked in 2023, but that isn't always what's working in 2025, 2026, so on and so forth. So the market is ever changing, but the course is not. So it's
Right.
stagnant and it just doesn't work. Not all the
Right.
strategies there are the most effective for growth right now.
Right. I think the first part's an important point. Um, you know, uh, many of the like programs that you see and like the gurus that you see posting content online haven't actually done what they claimed, or if they've done it for like a month or two, and it hasn't sustained over time. So like they'll talk about taking a business to $60,000 a month, for example, but they did that once, and the sustainability of that is low. Like the most people have not done that for many months on end or years on end. And then the other part is you never really get to see a P&L. You never really get to see like how much actual money is being made off of these businesses, whether they're even profitable. Um, and as a result, it's very possible that if you listen to the wrong people, because there are the right people out there, but if you listen to the wrong people, then you learn the wrong things and you get stuck in the same situation, which is not fun. Because I've also been in that situation previously. I've been in both. Um,
And I'm sure
yeah.
you've probably seen people. I've seen people. I know a ton of people who are big figures online who, their revenue numbers are pushed up 30% compared to what they're actually making. On top of
Hmm.
that, they're pushing revenue like it's profit, even though it is revenue.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's a whole different picture that they're painting online, compared to what their business is actually doing and actually running at. And like you said before, it's super. You'd be surprised how easy it is. You get a line of credit for 10 20K, put it all on ads. You sign up 10 20 paid in fulls for 10K. You make 100 to 200K a month, and um, and you push
You
it
do
quite a
that in a month.
exactly.
And there you are. You're at $100,000 a month, but you did like $3,000 in profit, and
Exactly.
you're
Or you're
not
on
running a very
profit.
good business, or you're unprofitable and it doesn't really
Yeah.
work and it doesn't stick around. And so you go, huh, what should I do next? And
But you look
and
on the
yeah,
outside and it's, oh, you're at 200K a month, you're at 100K a month, you're
exactly.
profitable. But
Yeah,
there's a reason that all those further numbers aren't shown as much.
exactly. So I think just generally it's important to like actually get an understanding of what the actual numbers are, and make sure that you understand what things like retention actually mean. Because if
Yeah.
you're signing clients, they better stick around. And that's like a funny thing. If you actually go into lots of these gurus' businesses, they're not very healthy. And ironically, I've probably spent like maybe 40 to $50,000 on coaching right now, and there are a couple of people out there. that have really, really incredible programs and have put like hundreds, if not thousands of hours of work into making them good. But that's like few and far between. And the reality is that's like 1 to 2% of people. Um, and then the others are kind of just like fluff or, you know, I don't know. They just don't contain much real info.
I think the number one thing to look for when you're looking for a coach and or coaching program or mentor is what are they pushing, right? And I'm not saying everyone who pushes lifestyle isn't good, but 99% of the time, if they're pushing lifestyle, if they're pushing Lambos and Dubai and all that stuff, and they're really, it seems like they're more focused on marketing their life rather than just giving value out there. I think it's a really, really good sign that maybe it's not exactly what it fully seems. A
Mhm.
lot of the most successful mentors, coaches, and just most knowledgeable people in each space, they're not flexing a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
They're sitting
And they
down.
have it, and you can find it. Like it's not like those that they don't that doesn't exist, but it's not the primary way that they
Exactly.
funnel people into content, or
Their
it's not the
videos,
reason they get you to buy.
their videos are sit down whiteboard, Google Doc, boring
Yeah.
breakdowns, because that is what
Yes.
works.
Yes. 1,000%. Um, and the information should actually be usable, not just like high level kind of stuff
Yeah.
that like sounds great. Like, oh,
Wake
you
up
just
at
need to set
5
clients.
a.m. and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cold plunge, all that stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, what do
So
you thought
that's a yeah, that's
about the
great.
work
Yeah.
week?
Um, yeah. We said this in the beginning of the video. The 4 hour work week is kind of a scam. And uh, it's not exactly false. Like it's very possible to like run a business and work a few hours a week. It's something that people have done and you can continue to do. But the problem is the amount of time that like the typically a business becomes more successful the more time that you put into it, and it will generate more revenue with more time put into it. So uh, the whole like goal of not working and making money is a good goal to have. Like it's completely fine to have that, but I think just the expectation of like you're only going to work for 3 minutes uh, every day and make like millions of dollars is possible for somebody that's already put in 5 to 10 years of 10-hour days and has already
Exactly.
worked their ass off for a long time to build the experience they need.
To get to a 4 hour work week, you need to put in a lot of 10, 12 plus hour days to be able to structure the business in that way. It's not something that just comes right away. Um,
1,000%.
you
And
start.
the expectation is usually just wrong. It's like, oh, I can just like work. Oh my God, I'm working 3 hours a day. I'm working so hard. It's like, yeah, that's fine. But like, whatever it is, whatever is doable for you as a person, you should expect that you put as much as you can in and as consistently as possible. Because the more that you put into the business, the more it will produce in terms of like value to other people and therefore revenue. If you structure it correctly, too. Um, so that's like I probably am an expectation most people have wrong. It's like, oh, I can just buy this thing and it just works, and that's not really how things go, unfortunately. And that's probably one of the pieces of information that you get told by the good gurus is work hard and it will pay off. Yeah, 1,000%.
The course program isn't going to do it for you. It's going to assist you, but ultimately
Yeah.
you need to work.
So okay, so like I think it leads nicely into like the next part, which is like how most programs are actually structured. So why is the guarantee of like us making someone 100,000 a month in profit kind of outrageous and unheard of? Why does that not really exist? Why won't people put their balls on the line like that? And yeah, what's wrong with other programs or how are they structured? Yeah.
Well, it starts straight from the beginning of the expectation that's set. It's not a 3 month process, right? It can
Hmm.
be a multi-year process, and I think that's something that we openly speak about because it's the reality of it, right? Especially if
Hmm.
you're a new business owner who's never ran a business before. There's so much skills that you're gonna have to learn. It just doesn't come in 3 months.
Hmm.
But with that being said, a lot of the courses out there, kind of like we touched on earlier, are outdated. They're really not focused on what's working now, and there's not as much of a, I guess, moving component to the structure of the course and or group. And I think that's something that helps quite a ton, especially with the market changing pretty
Right.
much always.
1,000%. Yeah, I think you typically like you buy the 997 course, You get handed a few hours of video content. You get some weekly calls to show up to, but there's no expectation that that person is going to help you. You know, it's kind of like the transaction is done once and it's done forever. Um, and if you want further access to that person, usually you have to pay a lot more. Um, so you continue paying. Um, and uh, the it's really unusual, and for, especially in the like programs that I've bought. It's really unusual to ever come across something that works with you for a long period of time. And I guess that's probably another thing that we've like done quite differently in structuring this is just our expectation is to work with people for multiple years and make just work with them until they're successful and go through all of the challenges of that their business faces as they face them.
If you
Um,
logically think
yeah.
about it as well, what is the course creator's incentive past signing you up for, that 6 month program, that's 10K up front, right?
Yeah.
What's their incentive to work with you past 6 months? If they've got a percentage of business growth, or when you hire an ad agency, the revenue that they generate you, if there's a percentage for someone to do better, that allows you to work with them for as long as possible, and it allows them to have that incentive to consistently keep on over delivering and increasing your results as their client.
Mhm.
That's
1000%, or some sort of ongoing, you know, payment or something. I think one thing that's really funny that I've seen lots of is like fake case studies too. Like people flexing case studies of people that haven't achieved the revenue that they're claiming, and it's like the student wants that because it makes them look good on a YouTube video, and the guru wants that because it gives them another case study. Um,
it's a
but
crazy.
yeah, it's a crazy concept. I think we've seen it quite a few times with people we know, uh, either the gurus or the students themselves showing this, and it's just like I don't know, it's kind of false, and it's only when you like get into the actual program that you realize like all of this stuff, and you spend 6 to 12 months doing it. It kind of sucks once you've already spent the money.
Consistency, um, giving it the time it actually needs and the volume needed to get where you're looking to go. And it's nothing. It's a lot of these course creators and stuff try to pitch it as if it's this easiest thing, and it's a first hit, smash out of the park, which it's normally not. You have to do many different things. You got to fail with things. You got to iterate, track data, try something new, iterate, track data, try something new, and you do a lot of those cycles. And it's often very, very boring, very mundane. But that is normally the stuff that compounded over time with enough volume. Um, everything normally works itself out. So I would just say literally more time tracking, iteration, and just doing that cycle over and over and over and over again. It's not, yeah, it's not the new model or like a new way to run it. It's just doing the same automated brand scaling to freelance, LLCs and all that. Yeah. 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 And now let's say I'm one of those applicants and I'm applying. What should I, how would I be the one that gets accepted? What would you say is certain things to look for or to put in an application? Most I think to tag on to that, most importantly is just how bad does someone really want it? Because a lot of people say, they want to grow, et cetera. But I think based off some of our best applications and experiences from those, the people who succeed the most are the ones who they're not taking no for an answer. Like it's make this work out. That's the only option. I think that's a really good just angle to take is really you're going to figure it out no matter what, however long it takes. Easy enough. Later.